Hi, it's Michelle Birdsong, CEO of Mainstreaming Clues to the Marginalized. This is me. This is my business partner, Jay Chen. This is my book, Sneezy the Greasy Babysits Abigail, written with Robin Birdsong and T.J. Robshaw. It is a book providing pleasure for children, because it gives them an opportunity to feel alive, to feel emotions, because they react, or respond rather, to sneezing. They jump up and they say, "Sneezy, don't do that." See, that awakens their consciences to right and wrong. So that is why it's called a moral tale, and it's available at Amazon.com. I'm a resident here at St. Francis of Assisi Residence 3 in Chelsea, New York. Today I was having lunch, and I'm a lacto-vegetarian, so all I could eat was iceberg lettuce, the cheapest lettuce, tomato, and with no dressing, and tomato soup. Also, I took a slice of bread and buttered it, and they gave me some Kool-Aid. I believe it's Crystal Light. So that is what I have for lunch. It cost me 75 cents. My lunch mate, Rona, was eating tuna fish. Now, the thing about this culture that's interesting, one thing about it that's interesting, in the 1940s, a reporter asked Dr. Schweitzer. Dr. Schweitzer was a humanitarian, theologian, musician, physician, who was living the good life and decided to give back in this world, to help somebody. So he went to those most need of help in Africa. He wound up founding a free hospital for them. So somebody asked Dr. Schweitzer, this humanitarian, what is wrong with the world today? So he stopped a moment, pondered the question, and said, "Man does not think." When this country was founded by geniuses who respected God, who debated, who thought, who weighed the issues and decided on the form of government we would have, called a constitutional republic. It is said this constitution, this ruling document, is for the religious and educated people, because you have freedoms, and with freedoms come responsibilities. So you have to use your brain, which has to do with education, and think, is this right or is this wrong? Now that's religion, morality. But what happened was, John D. Rockefeller took over much of the education system. He was an industrialist, a capitalist. And he said, I'm not educating people to think. I'm educating people to be workers. So that is the state of our existence. And also, they dumbed down the schools. They removed phonics, which is a way to spell words and to read words you've never seen before, because it is the sounds of the English language. There are 44 sounds. So they removed that from the school, so people barely can read. And Latin, which is the basis of much of the English language, and Greek, which is also the basis for the English language, is not taught in schools. So people can't think. That is why at lunch they can eat fish and not vomit, because they don't think, oh, this fish, this chicken, this lamb, this cow, this dog, cat, they have eyes like I do. They breathe in and out like I do. They have flesh covering internal organs just like I. Maybe they're akin to me. Maybe I shouldn't eat them, because in order to eat them, they must be killed, they must be slaughtered, they must be butchered. That is painful. Do I want to cause beings pain and suffering? No. I think I will eat beans, which is a perfect food, and rice, and vegetables, which are living foods. They are not dead like the animals. And fruits. These are the foods that nature intended for human beings to eat. Of course, we're not all human beings just because we're in a physical form. Some of us still have our lower species tendencies. For example, when you were a tiger, you ate flesh and blood, other animals. And that's perfectly fine, because that's all you could do. That's what nature intended. But when you become a human being, you get an opportunity to be good, to be kind, to be compassionate, to be empathetic, and not eat the flesh and blood animals. You see? Besides, there's a trick going on in society, in the world. For every action, there is a reaction. For everything you do, you must pay. So you are charged for every animal's pain you cause. You get like pain. It may be not in this life, but in your next life. So Rona said, I have an appointment at 2:30 with Melissa and Jenna, my therapist. But I don't know what, I know we're going to Bellevue, and I know we're taking a taxi, but I don't know what the appointment's for. Isn't that funny? And I said, well, that makes Jenna and Melissa the mommy, and you the child. And she laughed. I said, as a matter of fact, this entire hotel with subsidized food and rent and drugs, for they call prescription drugs. It's still drugs, whatever word adjective they use. This the founder, the treasurer, is a daddy, and the residents are the children. You see? Because when you don't take responsibility for yourself, for what you put into your mouth, chew, swallow, poop out, which you have to pay for, but you don't think about that. You kick the can down the road. If you don't have to pay immediately, you're not going to worry about having to pay when you die. As a matter of fact, because Emperor Constantine in the 4th century removed the concept of reincarnation from the Bible, you don't even know that when you die, when you leave this body, with the death angel kicking your behind, you are judged and given a body appropriate to the way you have lived. If you eat animals, that means you are an animal, because animals eat animals. So you don't get another human body, most likely, unless you've been Mother Teresa, a really good person. You get the body of an animal. For example, Peter, who lived here, said to me, do you know baboons, 5 baboons, can take down a lion? What he was saying was, your guru, Gurinder Singh Dhillon, Singh meaning lion, can be taken down by 5 baboons. So then shortly Peter died and got a body of a baboon, because that's what was on his mind. So I'm just giving you some reasons. I'm the voice of reasons. And I'm giving you some reasons the creation is as it is. Now here's a young man, Michael Tesfaye. He is a resident here, and he has taken it upon himself to concentrate and focus and create something of value, a mystery, a novel. And it's small. I've read it overnight. It says this: when you have something to offer for a value, people give you money for it, and then you can buy your own food, and you can pay your own rent, and you are an adult. So this